How's it going, guys? Roman here from the FX office. I'm the CEO of Roman FX and I'm a 19-year-old professional Forex trader. I'm just making a quick video today to explain the maths behind profitable Forex trading. Me and my team, all the time we see education out there, and it's by these traders that are actually marketers, so they can't trade, they don't know anything about professional trading, and the education is just false therefore. So everyone has the wrong kind of perspective, and I'm just trying to kind of sort that out for everyone. So I'm just going to explain like the maths behind profitable Forex trading, risk reward, probability, risk management, preserving capital, all of that kind of stuff, and how when you tie it all together, it's actually quite basic. That once you do stick to all of these things, you will be a profitable trader in the long run. So let's jump into it. Trading is a numbers game, and I'm going to start off with risk management because that's single-handedly the most important thing, to be honest. And it's actually really simple. So I personally, and any kind of pro trader, would advise to risk 1 to 3% max per trade. So this means that when, say if we had an account of £1,000, 1 to 3% is £10 to £30. So when we open a trade, we set our stop loss, we make sure that our stop loss, the risk is between $10 to $30, so that we can't lose like $100 on one trade and then be 10% down. We're managing it so the max we could possibly lose on one trade is 3%. This is really key, because when you start changing what you're risking, sometimes you're risking 3%, sometimes you're risking 10%. It will mess up your account, because once you have one bad loser where you've risked a lot, it messes up everything. This is really key, and you must always stick to this. Yeah, so that's risk management. That is probably the most important thing in Forex trading, to be honest. And now I'm going to go into risk reward, and these two really go hand in hand, and you'll find out how and why. So when we open a trade, we have two things. We have our target and our stop loss. Our target would be the take profit that we're looking for, the price that we want it to hit, and our stop loss is like the lowest that we're possibly, once it hits that price, we're saying we want to get out, like we're certain that's no longer the right trade for us, and it will close it automatically at either of these two levels. So our stop loss will of course be 1 to 3%. Then when risk reward comes into this, we always want our target to be at least double our stop loss. This is what I say, like my minimum risk reward, I will not place a trade if the risk reward isn't 2+, because this way it means even if I had a success rate of 50%, I'd still be making profit. Now I'm going to show you a quick example just so you can have a better understanding of what I mean. So as I said, the minimum risk reward on each trade will be 2 to 1. This means if I was to enter GBP USD and I was to enter at the price of 1.3 and I had a stop loss of 10 pips at 1.2990. If you don't know what a pip is, it's just a measurement of the movement of each chart, of each trade, of each pair. So you don't need to fully understand that for this example, but I'm just explaining what risk management is. So our stop loss would be 10 pips, and then our take profit would have to be a minimum of 20 pips. So it would be 1.3020 minimum. Now my average is actually 3 to 1, so it would be a 10 pip stop loss and a 30 pip take profit. So now I'm going to tie in the percentage of the max risk per trade along with the risk reward, and kind of show you how when you add that up, you can just always make good percent. So if we're risking 3% on a trade, and our average risk reward is 3 to 1. So we've got a $1,000 account, we're risking 3%, that's $30. So our stop loss would equal $30. And our take profit would be minimum $60. So every time we have a winner, it's at least 2 times the size of our loser. So now you understand how this works. I'm just going to explain why success rate is just a myth, why it's used by scammers and people that don't understand trading, and how success rate is really irrelevant. So I'm just going to quickly rub this off for you so I've got some more space to write on. Yeah, so as I said, we have the average risk reward of 3 to 1. So let's say if in 1 week I was to place 5 trades, and then I had a success rate of 40%. So technically negative, I'm wrong more than I'm right. So 3 of them hit stop loss, so we have the 1 times by the 3. Then 2 of them hit take profit, so we have the 3 times by the 2. So here, if I'm risking 3% per trade, it means I've got 3% times by 3 to give us 9%. So from my trades, from the losers, I lost 9% of my capital. Now from the winners, we take 6 times by the 3% to give us 18%. So you add these two together, 18 plus -9 would equal 9%. So with a success rate of 40% technically, negative technically, we've made 10% profit in 1 week. So, you know, people that saying, oh, I've got an 85% success rate, no, you haven't, because no one has. But this is how you do actual profitable trading. It's not about success rate, it's about your risk reward, it's about your risk management, and it's about how much actual percentage profit you can make whilst preserving capital. So now I'm going to give an example as to why this is so valuable. Obviously, take into account that this 9% is not a fixed rate. Every week the markets are different. You know, this is going to fluctuate a lot. Some weeks it might be way higher, some weeks it might be less, it might be negative. But it's just the overall concept that when you're controlling everything and consistently making profit, your account's going to keep growing. Now, I'm going to keep that 9% in mind. So with that 9% in mind, let's say you've started trading and you've got a £1,000 account. So you've got a capital of £1,000 and your 9% is going to be £90 profit per week. But let's say you've been learning to trade for like 6 months, a year, and now you're consistently hitting 9% a week with your £1,000, you're managing your risk, everything's going well. This is how this is so valuable, because now that you can make 9% with £1,000, you can make 9% with any capital. You know, it's all just a numbers game, it's all percentages. So there is many ways to do this. You could then get funded with a £100,000 account, and you can get funded. So you could get funded with a £100,000 account, do the exact same work, do the exact same performance, and now you're going to be getting £9,000 profit per week without changing anything, just by simply attaining more capital. Yeah, so I hope you can see now how this all works and how it all pieces together, and how it's actually really quite simple maths behind trading, but it's just sticking to your rules, you know, sticking to your risk management and really trying to preserve capital. Yeah, so that's all for today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've learned something new here. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment anything that you think. You know, we'd love to hear your feedback. Thank you.